right, I'm gonna do a little test session here. Trying a little test session here in the studio. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if that chat is working. Trying multiple platforms right now instead of the usual Twitch. So let's see if this works. All right. Chat is popping up now, and I hope you guys, let's see. And instead of the usual DJ broadcast, that's going to be later tonight. We're just going to make a song from scratch, absolutely from scratch. All right. And guys, let me know if you hear a slapback, if you hear like a doubling from the music with the mic, let me know. But it should work as long as I don't have it pumped. And I haven't been able to broadcast live to Facebook because of the copyright issues, obviously. And you guys can hear the music all right? Let me know. Cool. So a lot of the songs I start with a Wurlitzer. So this is from Omnisphere. Let's take a look at this. Hopefully nothing blows up while we're doing this. There we go. Keyscape within Omnisphere. So I'll start with a little chord progression. Usually just do a very basic beat. So this is the template that I start with. So I have all that's in here is a kick drum and some color-coded groups of tracks. All right. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to go really simple here. I have no idea what I'm going to make. Let's just duplicate that kick. And I will just loop that. Probably would be good to do that for an even number of bars. And just sort of noodle around with some chords. Now, a trap I will fall into sometimes is doing too much in just C minor. C is not a great key for dance music, but it's easier to play. And it's harder to transpose it later on, so usually it's easier to mix track that's in G or F or E. And to sing, I can sing better if I'm doing like guide vocals to a track that's in G for some reason. And the Wurlitzer is just a good tool for songwriting. So you can do those bass notes, they sound good. You can do high notes, they sound good. So usually the sound will inspire what I play. So a Wurlitzer will inspire certain chord voicings. It'll change the cadence of what you play. And usually I do like 4 chords. Let's see. Tension in there somehow. All right, so let's noodle around. Let's see. Let's just get some ideas down. Let's see. You know, I like the first run of that better. And I'm juggling the chat here. I can see everybody's in now finally. Darren, what's going on? What's happening, guys? Good to be back on Facebook for a little bit. All right, so let's take a look. And let me know if you guys have any feedback. This is just an experimental setup with a couple different cameras. Just seeing how it works. Could do it simpler. Could have more of the screen if you want to see that. So let's see what you guys are saying. Cool. So let's get that original part of the chord progression. Move that over here. Okay, that's good enough. So I try to get it close. It's easier to play it than to go in and pencil it, and I like to just do fine little tweaks in there. It's like that's a little too loud. Velocity, bring that down. And you know, if I want to get it pumping, I already have my side chains ready to go. So usually what happens is I'll play a chord progression and it's like, it's fine, whatever, but it needs a lead or bass line. It needs like this one other layer to just get it going and make it so it's not too sweet sounding or too sentimental. Let's turn the side chain off and let's just do a little. So we're in G. Sometimes I'll go to the piano. Maybe that'll be part of the live setup. I'll go to the piano and play on there. That'll give me different ideas, different muscle memory. Okay, let's see. So a lead voicing. Let's see. We want a lead, so we can actually put a lead in, or we can kind of be extending the chord. So we can do. That kind of works. So, all right, so let's duplicate that. Dun, 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 dun. So these are drafted A's that I do just to kind of get things moving. Oh, I forget. So a little bit of tension there with that variation in the timing. Oh, let's not record over the chord progression. It's a little stiff, but the notes are there. Start to get too busy, it starts to fill up. Okay, very basic bass line. And then it'll get more interesting when I start doing a little more treatments and rhythmic things. Okay, let's do that bass. Okay, and we're just getting the nuts and bolts down here. So the foundation of the track. Nothing fancy. Okay, so I want to get a little more texture in there. Right, let's go. There's a cool new synth called Vital. Let's take a look at this. For a little bit of atmospherics. So I'm going to put a different reverb on this. Valhalla Vintage. Okay. This might be like a atmospheric thing that's tucked in. It's getting busy already. So maybe you put it at 100% wet or 90%. Too complex, that sound. So let's see. Maybe we can simplify that sound in Vital. So let's see. Like that, and I'll tuck it and filter it down in the mix a little bit. All right, let's check that. It's kind of like a cloud. All right, let's see. So maybe I'll just EQ that. And I want some like a delay in there. So I really like the Valhalla delay. Recently got that. Felix Cartel got me into this. Unbeknownst to him, it's a amazing plugin he was talking about. I think in one of his feeds. Just give this a little bit of feedback. So we've got sort of our nuts and bolts melodic things. I can add treatments to make them a little more interesting. Let's bring this kick up. We definitely need a clap. We need some hi-hats to push it along. We need some sidechain on there. It needs like a lead with a little more oomph, a little more high ends. So let's put a little more percussion in there, maybe a clap. And let's get a drum loop. Let's get a little splice loop from Oliver. It's punchy. I like that. I need some hats in there too. Let's just clean that up. I'm going to filter that a little bit. Just kind of keep it really simple. I think it needs to be a little faster too. Okay, look at the chat. Someone asked a very important question. Samuel Cox asked, do you have Live 11 and do you have CPU overloads? Definitely do, and that's why I'm using Live 10 right now. Yeah, this is Live 10. Yeah, it is a big problem, at least with the Trash Can Mac Pro. Maybe it's not the same with the M1s. So it's too bad, though. I love some of the improvements in 11, but it's almost unusable with certain things. All right, let's get that loop in there. That's not what we want. We don't want airwave. Whack. I should probably bring the preview. Let's bring that down. Let's bring that down a little bit. Is that the right one? No, that's my master. Ooh. That doesn't belong there at all, but who knows? Maybe that works. Turning into a different track. Someone's asking, saying there's a delay in the audio versus visual. Probably is. I have to look into that. I'm not sure how to fix that right now, but thank you for letting me know. We'll figure that out. So it's a kind of a busy loop, so maybe I can do that. So that can be kind of like the organic loop. I wonder what the delay might be. It might be I'm using one computer for a streaming computer and one is for the music. Okay, let's get a little center hi-hat to prop this one up. I want... Yeah, that is a good point. Someone's saying, do you want to keep it swingy? I probably won't keep it super swingy, but because all it needs is that straight kind of hi-hat to prop it forward. Let's just use this center hi-hat. So I usually go in, I try to just clean up, minimize some of the loops in there. All right, let's get this one in here. Get my grid on point. And it's so easy to just overlayer and just pile on loop after loop. And still a little soft. Maybe like a hi-hat with a little more edge. Maybe just a treatment will fix that. Let's see, let's put serrator on here. And I'll bring that down. Put LFO on there. Ding, ding, ding. And we'll put a little EQ, we're going to map that. So we're just going to basically create a filter. You can set it to a note division. Usually I do it down. So 8th note or 16th note. Okay, so it's like a little extreme. So it's all about adjusting it enough. I'm just going to change the ranges of this. Just backing off a little of that range. Still very chill. What else should we do? Maybe we add a little more edge. Oh, we definitely got to bring in a lead that has a little more punch. Maybe this needs a little bit of a bit crush effect, or let's do erosion. Where did I put erosion? You could always perform the effect like. Actually, you know what? That gives me an idea. Let's do, let's automate that using the LFO. And we'll do that to the amount. So you can add so much to it with just that. I mean, I don't know if this is the right treatment or not, but. A little extra rhythm if you want it. Let's see. So that's super important. If you just solo it and you're making all these changes, what's the point? Because you got to hear it in the context of the whole mix. See, that's not the right effect. So maybe I want that original sign. So I'm going to put a little more in here with a detune layer, with a lead that's a little harder. That's kind of what I think it's missing. So let's bring Omnisphere. I'm using Omnisphere for like everything these days. Omnisphere, Nexus. Any questions, fire away in the chat. I'm trying to juggle a little of both. Let's go through some of the hardware sounds in here. I just kind of go through and, oop, that's not what I want. So I need something a little more detuned, a little more. That's fine. Still pretty mellow. That kind of works pretty well. I like that. So it's kind of getting in danger of over layering, but I still like this, doing something in this mix. One problem with Omnisphere is you get a lot of these like long sounds with huge tails, so they start to step on each other a little bit. I need like a cough button. So maybe you just have it fire a couple notes on a turnaround where 4 bars is looping back. Let's try that. Let's duplicate everything we have here so far. And I'm just going to go through and riff. Again, this is a song completely from scratch. There was only a kick drum in here. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to do some kind of passing note. And as you're playing it, you can always just add a little movement, a little randomness to it. So a little bit of space in there. I think I got it in the last part. So I think I got the melody in there. And what you want, I always try to aim for something that doesn't resolve too easily. So nothing that resolves too quickly. And it kind of tells you what it wants. It's just how the muse has to work. So I'll just hear that in my head, like, okay, I want these notes to be a little bit different. Instead of going up. So that's the one. Okay, so that's gonna loop at the end as well. And what's funny is I never go, I'm gonna go sit down and write a chill track with sunset vibes. It never happens like that. You just start with the sound and the song kind of tells you, let's go this direction and get on board. You can't really shoehorn it into like one style or one genre. So eventually you got to put your editor hat on and be like, this song is missing something, but for this stage, you're being uncritical. You're you're not really self-editing that much. You're just trying to get the ideas down as quickly as possible. But just enough variation in there. Shit. Let's see. Okay, let's put a sidechain on that lead. So maybe something else should be driving it. Maybe there needs to be like a mid bass layer that's like eighth note, like dun 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 dun, that's pushing it. So let's see. And so I'm going to probably work on this maybe another 20 minutes and then wrap up. It's just a quick experimental session here. So instead of punching in the eighth notes, I'm just going to put an arpeggiator on there. All right, so let's do arpeggiate that to Omnisphere, eighth notes. Open up the gate a little bit. Obviously different sound. Maybe we use Nexus. Let's try. Nexus has those good slap bass sounds. I don't know if I want this to be slap house, but let's check this out. Bass. Oh, it's loud. That is loud. I'm gonna pull that down. And we'll bring that up. Let's put an octave MIDI effect on there, or pitch. Okay, let's go higher than that. I don't know if this will work or not. Let's see. It's a little boring, a little straight. You know, you can always play it. Let's just see if that even works. Usually these kind of sounds take up a lot of bandwidth, so not great for layering. It's kind of like a lead that's also a bass. Lead and bass together. Something cool. I don't know. That pushed it another. I didn't think that was going to work, but it feels kind of cool. I'm liking that. I think it needs little chunkier center hi-hat. So let's go. I really like the Virtual Riot samples. Just to kind of get out of the usual sample packs. I like to, you know, pull from a dubstep pack.
Let's go now.
No, that's not what I want. Let's do. Let's get a little. He's got some good hi-hats in here. So good. Let's see. It just needs a big close hi-hat, but. And you gotta really audition it in the context of the sounds. I've never done it like that. We just sort of play the hi-hat in the instead of just a loop going, just play the hi-hat real time. Does that make a difference? Let's see. It's easy to go overboard, but I don't know. It kind of needs that little push. So right now there's nothing on the master. I have it down -8 so I don't blast your ears out. But let's put a little compressor on it. It's good. It's not terrible. Not terrible. And so what I'll do is I'll do a draft like this, come back, completely forget that I ever wrote it, you know, a month later. I'll send this to a vocalist, say, right, I'll mute the lead. I'll bounce one version with the lead, mute the lead, send it to a vocalist. They'll say, oh, I like this, or this is crap. And if they like it, they'll just sing a rough vocal over it and write to it. That's kind of how it worked with the Lights track. It's exactly how it works with the Lights track. What do you think? Maybe a little faster? Okay, so I think it needs one more thing for right now. And I like to keep these open enough so someone can write to them. That's one reason to mute the leads. But I think it needs like a little vocal sample. And I don't know if I have the right one. This is going to be super trial and error. So let's go through. Probably should save. Let's save this. Hopefully I'm not revealing all my entire file system here. All right. So what I do is I name it. I do a number because I don't have a name for it. So I do concept. This is concept 614. Has a great ring to it. That's all the concepts that I've ever done. So hundreds and hundreds of ideas that usually go nowhere, but will often result in something interesting. So save that. That gets saved to Dropbox. Collect all and save. And I think both Dropbox and Ableton don't recommend doing it that way. But that's worked so far. Okay. All right. So let's get a little female vocal, maybe just a slice of something. Maybe it's a little phrase. Maybe it's one note, one syllable. So there's these cool Angelica V samples. It's funny to use samples from someone you've collaborated with. But let's see if I have them in here. And that's key is sample organization. You got to have it. So see how organized I am here. Let's check out. See if they're in here. Vocals.
Take it slow.
You don't trust you.
All right, and then G. So you can pitch shift these. I try to get it close to.
You know it. We are more than friends. You know it. We are more. You know.
I want something higher. I wouldn't ever use the whole phrase. I used to use like a chop that no one recognized.
Can't go back.
There's too many. There's a little too layered.
Never have I ever loved somebody like you.
Like a little ad lib like that. Like,
Never have I ever, never have.
okay, maybe that's doable.
I wanna be. I want.
Too layered.
The beat goes on.
Oh, I already used that one. A different track.
You know, I know. You know. Just keep it together. Keep it nice. Just making me fall in love. You're making me fall in love. You're making me fall in love. Making me fall in love. You're making me fall. Making me fall. Making me fall. Freedom is freedom is. I want you to know. I won't give up. I won't give up on love. I want you to.
All right, let's see how this sounds. So this one is it's G sharp. I'm gonna bring that down.
Never have I ever loved somebody like you. Never have I ever loved somebody like you. Never have I ever loved.
So that is 124 BPM. So let's make sure. Let's warp that. Let's get that in the pocket.
Never have I.
And always use the metronome.
Never have I ever loved somebody like you. Never have I ever loved somebody like you.
I want to get a little more effects in there because this is going to be an atmospheric vocal.
Never have I ever loved somebody like you.
So obviously the timing's not on there, but I don't really care. So I'm just going to use a little chunk.
Never have I ever loved somebody like you. Love somebody like you. Never have I ever loved somebody like you. Like you. Never have I ever loved somebody like you.
And just audition it. Maybe we pump that to the side chain.
Never have I ever loved somebody like you. Never have I ever loved somebody like you.
The notes work, the syncopation doesn't work. So what I think I might do is slice that to. So I can do it manually, which is fun. So let's try it two different ways. Let's do it manually, and then we're going to do an auto slice to kind of like a drum rack. And I'm going to just do random bits, things that I thought were interesting. Let's go. And instead of just putting it on the quarter note, maybe we move it over 16th or an 8th. Let's just go random and see if it sounds interesting. Usually I try to just go through the really interesting sections.
Somebody like you.
Usually vowels are what you want. Or sometimes that's cool, little plosives. So let's see what that sounds like.
Like you. Like
It's probably better to perform it. I mean, this is very hit or miss. All right, so I'm gonna loop that little section there. That's gonna take too much work. So I'm gonna slice this to a new track. Slice melody. No. I want to do a slice to new MIDI track. Transient. Sure. Let's do transient. Okay. So now it's put it all there. I can get rid of this data. I don't need that. I'm not really sure why they're that short. But, let's do. It's kind of cool. It's different. So I'm going to put a reverb on there, obviously. Maybe retune it again. Let's do. Let's get the Valhalla one on there. Then you can kind of noodle around and perform it, but that should have a. It's already got a compressor on there, but I want a little more. Oh, right. It's not transposed here. Let's make sure. Oh, no, it is. Let's see. I need to auto-transpose all of these. Give me 1 second, guys. Bear with me. I don't know if I can even auto-transpose those. I don't know, maybe we'll just take chunks. Let's make a breakdown and just work with that space. So without the beat. Sometimes that helps me focus on the vocal. Just break it down a little bit. And if I want to make sure it's on the beat, obviously just solo that metronome. You don't need the whole beat in there, but use the metronome as the anchor. So like that's late. I like those chunks. I don't know if we even need all these crazy slices. Like that's a little early, that little like you. claps in. But it's just a placeholder vocal, just getting a vibe. These are royalty-free samples. This is a great singer, Angelica V, wife of Christian Hurt, who's an incredible producer and ghost producer for a lot of people. Let's get that clap. Where is that clap? Nope. Let's get that clap snare. Oh, interesting. Okay. Always put your claps a little early. That always seems to help. So let's put that in this breakdown. We need a different clap for that. Let's go back to our samples. I like the Oliver samples a lot. Clap, snap. So with something like claps, you just gotta get in there, find something good quickly. Snaps are a little played out, but whatever. Let's just. Let's find a chunky clap and then move on. Move on. One shots, claps. Maybe I'll just call Angelica and she'll write the song. Doesn't need to be that busy though. Okay, let's try that, and then let's do a little, like a Taurus Detune bass thing. Let's see, is this gonna blow up? Do we have any other layers here? Okay, let's do a detune layer and then flesh it out a little bit and then we'll wrap it up. So maybe 15 minutes, 10 minutes. So copy these notes. This is Omnisphere. Once again, trillion within Omnisphere. Hopefully everything is still coming through in the feed here, guys. Thanks for joining me. Probably will do these regularly. Why not? I have all these damn cameras here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go through. Oh no, we want trillion. So I have all these rated, my favorite presets rated. I don't know if the screenshot's up right now, but let's get down to this. No, we need let's try a Taurus sound. Where is Taurus? Once again, you got to hear those layers in real time. Nope, that's not it. I may not need it, but you got to try things. So you got a bass line with a big attack, and then sort of a bass line that's following it. So I like that little variation where it goes dun, dun, dun. I like it in the other track. A lot of it's like this, just editing these tiny little bits of notes and where they slide and just nudging a millisecond over little things with big impacts. Okay, let's hear it with the beats. So I'm going to automate the side chains so they are just on during the beat. So let's do that. Let's take it out of the easy way to do it is just take it out of the breakdown. So that's usually I separate the layers a little bit more. Turn this on. And I'm automating the master mix of Shaper Box, which is what I'm using for side chains. Chord bus. Let's automate that. And we'll do the leads as well. There are simpler ways to do it, but this is just how I'm working on it with this track. So let's hear the beat. So the vocal really, I think it really sings in the breakdown, not so much with the beat. It's a little busy with the beat. So, you know, it's like, okay, it's cool, but in the breakdown, it just it's open, there's space to work with. Just works. I think that works. The timing just feels better. It's not competing against the leads as much. Yeah, because there is this lead. It's taking up space. So you gotta protect the lead. It's key. Stepping on anything, so that works. So what I could do, if I want to have a little taste of that vocal, maybe I'm just taking a couple of chops. Do some vowel chops.
Somebody like you. Never have I ever loved. Never have I ever loved somebody like you.
Like the you.
Like you.
Or that whole phrase. Okay, let's see. Delay compensation on. I think that's why it's a little off. So I'm just experimenting with it, just nudging it over, just to kind of sits in the pocket a little bit. Space, all the chunks of the grid. Okay, so you've got that phrase, and what I love is when you have a repetitive phrase like that, and you just let that play out for the progression. So throughout all the chords. Like one more note, like a little high note. Let me see if I can find that high note. Just so it's not too repetitive. Something in there. And the dangerous part is if you hear it too many times, then you're fucked. So you got to work fast. And okay, Visible limiter. Why is that in there? I have no idea. In there, maybe one other note that's high. That's it. Ooh, I should put a little reverb on that, probably. Sounds a little Felix Cartelli. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this process. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's do a little arrangement. We'll flesh it out a little bit. Someone was saying there was some feedback from the mic. It might be because I'm cranking it up. Let me know if the sound is okay. Yeah, I'll answer some questions real quick. Dan's asking, which monitors am I working with right now? So I have Focal SM9s, which are pretty good. Yeah, they're solid. I have them on these tube trap stands, ASC tube traps. They've been good. I've had a bunch of speakers in the past and different monitors, but this is what I like for right now. Someone is asking about the RGB light strips. Andreas is asking about the strips. Those are Astera light tubes, and I have a little remote. I can control them. They have like an app. So those have been good. I wanted to use them in some of the live streams, like the live drone sets, but haven't had a chance to yet. Cool. Let's flesh this out. Let's just take stock of what we have and then wrap it up. I'm going to bounce it down and then not touch it for a couple months. Chunk right there. So maybe I'll duplicate this and bring the other lead in when the vocal takes a break. So let's check that out. Let's try this. chops and use that for build. But obviously I save all the window dressing things for later, like build-ups and white noise and effects and all that bullshit. That can wait for later on. Just get the chords and the voicings and the melodies. Then you can hear like where the timing's off in the breakdown. Just fixing the timing on those. Move that over. Okay. And just fleshing out the arrangement, then we're going to wrap up. Here. Where are we? So I got to put the side chains back in, and then I think it's almost ready to be bounced. Go back to my automation. And there's a simpler way to macro all this. But this is as far as I've gotten with this template. Oh, what am I doing? I want the sidechain all the way in. Okay, let's give it a quick listen, and I'll answer some questions here. Thanks for joining me, guys. We're doing 4 platforms today. This is just a little experimental stream. So shout out to everybody on YouTube that's watching, everyone on Twitch, everyone on Facebook and Twitter. I think there's some Twitter people on here. So Dan is asking a good question. What's my routine to not get fatigued from the sound when listening 1,000 times? So the best way to do it is just solo different combinations of tracks. So maybe I don't listen to all the drum layers, and I just solo the kick and the lead and a vocal chop. That's one way to do it. Obviously, you got to give yourself time, let it incubate. So give it some days. But sometimes you've heard it too many times, and a break in hearing it isn't enough to fix the problem. So that is tough. You need to bring in other people, other collaborators. That's why it's good to have someone else to mix your tracks or master them, because they have some outside perspective. They haven't heard it a million times. So that's what you're paying the big bucks for. Okay, we got that. We got the breakdown.
Somebody like you. Never have I ever loved somebody like you,
So there's that sparser section. comes back in, or builds, comes back in. Let's fill that out to the end. Put a limiter on this, and then we're gonna bounce this bad boy. Let's get that in there. Okay, I'm gonna put this sort of temporary master on here. Here's a little trick that's fun. I do a pink noise matching. Just to get a quick sort of idiot master on this. Let's see. And, I should have done that after this manly one. Let's do this. Let's do just some temporary mastering to beef it up. Let's recapture that. So what I do is I capture the curve, and then I just, it sort of fills out, like decides what the ear likes to hear too, and what it likes to hear, and it sort of just improves the curve a little bit, fills in some of the gaps. So it's telling me that I'm missing some highs, some mid highs as well. I'm ignoring the lows just a little bit, just to like 5-6%. That's fine. What else? Let's put a multi-band compressor. Okay, hopefully this doesn't blast you guys out. Let's see. Okay, cool. I'm gonna bounce that, the loud version. I'm not gonna subject you to that. And that's it. That is a track from scratch. We started with the kick drum. Look at not too bad. I think I'm feeling this one. This is not terrible for a draft today. I'm liking this. So thanks for joining. This is my studio here in Los Angeles. Catch me later on. I'll be on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube doing my usual DJ mix. So thanks for joining, guys. So part of the reason for doing this experiment was original content doesn't get taken down on Facebook. So this is a little experiment. Going to do more original content like this. Obviously, DJ mixes, bigger issue with copyrights. So thanks for coming by, and that's it for today. And let's just let this baby play out for a second while I shut down the stream.